Good morning. Self-monitoring. Self-monitoring is a wonderful tool for keeping your kids on task when you sit them down to do an activity. I know with myself personally, I often sit down at my computer and say, okay, I'm going to get to work, and then I get a text message or I get an email and I find suddenly I am off task and don't even realize that I'm off task. Kids are the same way, all except their distractions look slightly different, and so maybe they're working on their schoolwork, and older kids, they may actually get a text message or a Facebook message or something from social media, but it may be that they see a toy that they want to play with, or they see their video games and suddenly they're sidetracked with an app or a game on their phone. And so their distractions look slightly different, but what self-monitoring is a tool or a technique to help continually ask themselves, without you having to say, get back on work, get back to work, get back to work, get back to work, without you having to be there staying on top of them. It's a tool for them to ask themselves, am I working? Am I doing what it is that I'm supposed to be doing? And so what you want to do is you want to decide what is it that they're supposed to be doing. Keep it simple, okay? On this one, it's, am I on my schoolwork? Yes or no. Okay, so they're just saying yes or no. This one is a little more complex. It's, am I taking my time? Am I focused? And am I giving my best? This is for somebody who just rushes through their work just to get it done and doesn't necessarily do a good job with it. Okay, so you just want to ask, what are the simple things that you want them to ask themselves if they're getting those things done? And then are they doing it, yes or no? And then you want to decide how often they're going to check in and do that. So keep your intervals short when they're working on schoolwork. Now you can do an all-day self-monitoring, and I'll show you that here in just a minute. But if you're looking at just doing their math work or their reading, you want to keep those intervals short, maybe 1 minute or 2 minute intervals. If it's a longer assignment or an older child who's going to be working for 2 hours, you may want to have 5 minute or 10 minute intervals, okay? But you want to divide up the task into about 10 to 20 different intervals where they're going to ask themselves, am I working? Yes or no? Am I giving my effort? Yes or no? Yes or no? Throughout the time. You can get a timer that is called an interval timer. There are apps that are called interval timer apps. Or you can even, if you really want to go all out, you can purchase an interval timer on Amazon or online. And so interval timers are usually located in fitness or some kind of working out type department, but they're just designed to continually go off without you having to reset the timer. If you don't want to purchase an interval timer or an app, you can just use a regular kitchen timer or your cell phone timer and just restart it every time it goes off. But you have a signal in the background that is going off, and when it goes beep beep, then you're just saying, am I doing my work? Yes or no. You can use this on yourself if you want, if you're having a hard time staying on task at home as well doing your work. Then you want to decide how are we going to calculate this at the end. So at the end of this one, they're looking at the percent that they were on task. Very similar to the end of this one. So if I'm on task 80% or more, I will get 2. And so then they just calculate the total number of intervals that they circled yes, the total number that they circled no, and so yes over the total number of intervals equals their percentage. So it's just a simple percentage calculation. And then if they were on task 80% or more, they get to do something special. Another thing that you may want to look at is just simple questions at the end of, did I get on Facebook while I was working? Did I get on Google Hangouts, or did I play any video games? And was I on task 80% or more of the intervals? And so in those circumstances, that's what their rewards are going to be based upon, okay? Go back to your rights versus privileges video or those types of rewards to decide what you might choose for your reward. Now, if you want to do this all day, you can also do this all day where you divide the day up into 30-minute intervals. So let's say maybe you're working from home while your children are also doing their schoolwork at home. And so you're just going to have them ask, did I complete my work on my schedule? So you're going to have their daily schedule and what they're supposed to do throughout the day. Did I get along with my siblings? That's always something that's important. And did I listen to my parents? And so then at the end of every 30 minutes, they're going to decide for that 30 minutes, Did I follow the rules that I was supposed to? Did I meet my responsibilities? Why this is great is because at the end of the day, then you know how well they did for the day, because if they had a good morning but a bad afternoon, then you can kind of calculate what was the majority of the day like. Did they meet 80% of the overall day following the rules, rather than yes or no, did they do well that day? Okay, so then you're looking at a better percentage. I hope this has been helpful on looking at schedules. Again, you just decide what it is that you're going to have them measure. You decide what your intervals are going to be. You decide how you're going to calculate it at the end of the day and what the rewards will be. On the back of this one, you can see possible rewards, but go back, like I said, to that self-monitor, or the rights versus privileges and the types of reinforcement videos. Thanks. Have a great day.